Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so KSI just fought Tommy Fury, and a lot of people think it was a robbery, this and that. Guys, let's be real, that fight was hard to watch. That was an ugly fight. If you're used to watching boxing, like on this channel, usually we just watch, strict boxing, and these influencers, these YouTubers kind of find their way into the boxing scene and kind of infiltrate the combat sports world, especially the boxing world recently with Jake Paul, Logan Paul, all these guys. But let's be real, that fight was so ugly, that fight was so hard to watch, boring, and it was like not boxing. It just didn't look like boxing. It just looked like a bunch of wrestling, a bunch of clinching. So we know that there's clinching in the sport of boxing, but that was a lot. That was a lot, and it was a lot for the referee to have to deal with. But bottom line, KSI lost the fight. It was a majority decision. One guy had it a draw, one judge had it a draw, so taking into account the point taken away, I could honestly see it, I could understand why KSI is upset, but at the end of the day, he didn't do enough to call this fight a robbery. If you're calling that fight a robbery, then you don't know the sport of boxing, because that fight was just an ugly fight, and neither fighter had a lot of success. KSI, it's said to be his greatest weapon is his right hand, yet he wasn't able to find a home for it. He wasn't able to find the destination, and like he was throwing that 1-2, but his hands start so low. So when you throw the 1-2 with your hands low, it's a lot slower, it's a lot easier to telegraph. That's why Tommy Fury wasn't really hit with that right hand from KSI, which was said to be his greatest asset. I honestly thought that KSI should start shortening up that right hand, forget the 1-2, because your 1-2 with your hands low, like the way it was, despite you bouncing, being awkward, all of that stuff, it didn't do anything. It was basically, silenced by Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury didn't fight a great fight either, but at the end of the day, it was a close fight. It wasn't much of a fight to begin with, but it wasn't such a great performance from either fighter, to be honest. Let's be real, it wasn't much of a fight, it wasn't much of a boxing match. So for KSI to say that it was a robbery, I disagree with that for sure. He just doesn't know how to box. That's bottom line. Neither fighter was a great boxer tonight. Tommy Fury didn't look like the Tommy Fury that fought Jake Paul. It could be because of KSI's style, so if you want to give KSI credit for that, I understand that. But to say that it's a robbery, just if you want to really magnify that 1 point taken away from Tommy Fury, then you could call it a robbery if you want. But I'm going to stand by what I say, and that was not a robbery. That was a horrible display of boxing. I'm probably never watching one of these again, unless it's against somebody that you can guarantee is going to put on a show, guarantee he's going to perform. Because I think I gave Tommy Fury a little bit too much credit. Fighting a guy like KSI, you should be able to dismantle him and beat him in a convincing decision, put a beat down on him. He shouldn't even win a single round in a 6-rounder. But KSI himself, I respect the fact that he went the distance with a professional boxer. Maybe that builds the Jake Paul fight, but like I honestly think that Jake Paul and KSI is a big fight for people on the internet, but at the end of the day, in terms of a boxing match, I wouldn't be surprised if it's an ugly fight like this, if it's a boring fight like Tommy Fury and Jake Paul was, Tommy Fury and KSI was, because both fights with Tommy Fury are going to be boring. He's not a heavy hitter, let's be real. Tommy Fury, even though he's the brother of Tyson Fury, the younger brother, it doesn't show. You can't tell. He just looks like an average and mediocre professional boxer at best. And, he's fighting against YouTubers and can't even get them out of there. So, bottom line, Tommy Fury's not much of a specimen when it comes to the sport of boxing. I respect him. He looks strong in there physique-wise, but that's about it. He wasn't able to find his jab. It could be because KSI was so bouncy, he was so far away from him. KSI couldn't find his range as well, so maybe that's why Tommy Fury had trouble establishing that jab early on in the fight, but it wasn't as effective as it was against Jake Paul, and you could give credit to KSI for that being so awkward and unorthodox. But at the end of the day, that was a ugly fight, and it was honestly a waste of time. Let's be real. Like, everyone hyped it up on Twitter, so I was like, man, I guess I gotta watch it. And then you go on to Zone, you watch the fight, and that's what you get. If anything, if you guys saw the co-main event, not the co-main event, the co-main event, where it was Salt Poppy and Slim, those guys fought, and that was pretty entertaining because Salt Poppy was winning those early rounds. It looked like a dominating performance, and then out of nowhere, Slim gets that, you know, second, third win and ends up stopping Salt Papi, which was was the fight of the night. Let's be real. The two main events didn't live up to, you know, the hype, didn't live up to the expectations that we set for them. And Tommy Fury and KSI being the main event, I thought it would be more interesting than that. But KSI just can't fight. Tommy Fury, he can box a little bit, but the opponent has to be right for him to look good. So Tommy Fury, KSI, boring fight. Who cares if it was a robbery or not? It definitely wasn't. It was an ugly fight, a close, ugly fight, and it wasn't really a boxing match. It was more of a hugging match more than anything. But let me know in the comments if you guys check this out. All my people, you know, who actually watch the sport of boxing, who care about the sport, what did you guys think about this? Because a lot of people on Twitter, I was surprised, a lot of, you know, real boxing people within the boxing world were watching and tuning into this fight. So let me know what you guys thought about this, robbery or not. I'm gonna go with no, because it was just an ugly fight either way. No guy really put on a dominant performance or a strong performance for me to call it either way, you know, in a strong fashion. So I would go no robbery. Like, who cares? But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. That's going to do it for another NASFIGHT Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.